Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Self-Help Number 1. This is a new book from Image Comics. Uh, I went into this book not really knowing a lot, especially the creative team. So let's talk about the creative team before we get into this. Uh, this book is written by Jesse Kellerman with and Owen King, with art by Marianna Ignazzi. Colors by Fabiana Mascolo, and letters by Ian Chalgren. So I'm not This book was an interesting ride, like I said, knowing very little about it. But let me give you a quick synopsis for this one. Down on his luck, rideshare driver Jerry Hauser's existence is a bleak one, especially because every fare he picks up tells him how much he looks like the super successful self-help guru, Darren Hart. But after a twist of fate, Jerry's given a chance of a lifetime, which, if he's not careful, he may well end his own lifetime. So begins this California noir, a roll-kicking and gleefully lurid crime story of our time. So this book was very interesting to read. I think the whole mystery of it all, it really plays out in very slow motion as you kind of, it really builds towards the book. And at the time, you're thinking, like, whenever I read this, I really thought that this person, Jerry, was living a double life, or I guess Darren was living a double life as Jerry, just because of the little clues that were there. But no, then you realize that they are two different people, and you get to know a little bit about each of them throughout the issue. And then, of course, maybe their paths eventually cross. And it is this little twist of fate that kind of sets them on the path. So it's a very interesting, especially as you get to the end of the book. But let's take a look at some of the preview art here. And I think one of the things that I appreciate is that the art isn't subtle at all, right? We have Jerry here, who's just at a diner. You know, something really interesting. Like we have this person just kind of taking a picture with Jerry out of nowhere, and of course, every time you do something like that, you could end up with kind of a dumb face. You see that his screen is cracked on his phone, right? And he's picking up another fare, and also you see that how little like he's getting paid for some of these things, right? And it's just kind of a hassle, obviously, when you are a rideshare driver, like, you know, you really have to pay attention to that. So like it gives you a really good idea of, with both the art and what's happening, as to how Jerry's life is maybe not everything that he wanted it to be. Even his car's a little beat up. It's a little bit of an older car, just based on the square, you know. And like I said, people keep kind of telling him, "Oh, you look like this other guy. You look like this other guy." And then we meet Darren, and you know, of course, he has a way better life. But you can kind of tell that they do look very similar. Obviously, they're drawn to be looking very similar. So that's what's going to lead us to all the shenanigans that happen later. So yeah, I thought it was an interesting book. I think it's a very interesting premise. This is something that to me feels like I'll probably wait for the trade, just because of my reading habits. A story like this, I also feel like is gonna just, like, after I read this issue, I really wanted to know what happens next. But obviously, in a monthly comic, I don't have that luxury. So, but overall, I enjoy Self Help. I think it's a very cool and fun concept, and I expect a lot of twists and turns to come out of this. But yeah, I'll look forward to seeing more work from these creators. Like I said, I'm not very familiar with them. So if you read this book, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.